Welcome back to the channel. First story. Would I be the a-hole if I confronted my wife over something I've overheard? So I, 34 male, have been married to Sophie, 35 female, for 3 years now. We have a 1-year-old daughter together. I've always thought that we had a great relationship. I really love my wife, and I was very happy when my daughter was born. Sophie is a great mother, very attentive and kind, and an equally attentive, compassionate, loving wife. I thought I really lucked out. However, recently I've learned something that makes me question everything I know about my relationship with Sophie. Several days ago, I ran out on an errand that was supposed to take several hours, and Sophie knew I wouldn't be home for a while. It so happened that I came home much earlier than expected and saw a car of one of Sophie's friends. Now, there are 2 ways to enter the house, through the front door and through the kitchen. Usually I go through the front door, but this time I went through the kitchen because I had this ice cream cake that was starting to melt and wanted to put it in the freezer ASAP. Guess I was really quiet, because Sophie and her friend didn't notice me coming, but I did hear my name, and I have to admit, curiosity got the better of me. I kinda tiptoed to the corner to hear what was going on. I wish I never did. Sophie was complaining to her friend how she's only married me because she wanted to be a mom, and had to settle because she couldn't get the men she wanted. So she had to go for the ugly but dependable one, her words. But she was never attracted to me, and had to force herself to be affectionate with me. She was temporarily happy when we had a daughter, but now she was starting to see my features in her, and she was afraid our daughter would be just as ugly as my name. She apparently never loved me, and thought she made a mistake, but she was trapped now, because the kid can't grow up without a father. I have to admit, I just stood there unable to move. I would have never guessed any of that, had I not heard Sophie say it herself. She is always very kind, very gentle, and very supportive. I really thought we had this ideal family life. Apparently, this all has been a lie. She isn't cheating. Her friend actually did ask her that, and Sophie was aghast. She is very firm in always keeping her promises, and wedding vows count. She explicitly said to her friend that she'd never cheat. But she doesn't love me, she doesn't want me, she's been lying to me the whole time, and it's breaking me apart. I don't know what to do from here. Do I confront her? Do I pretend I've never heard it? Comments. Everyone deserves to have someone who thinks they are hot. Even if they have to find that person at the local center for the blind. This needs to be at the least addressed, as it will eat away at you. One thing that will surely happen if he stays in the marriage any longer than necessary, he will be on the hook for a larger and larger alimony, especially as his career moves up the ladder. Even more, he is wasting valuable years with a woman who is using him. He deserves so much better, and so does his daughter. Next story. AITA for refusing to drive my friend home after she insulted my partner's cooking? Last weekend, my partner and I, male 30 and female 28, hosted a small dinner gathering for our close friends. We prepared a 3-course meal, including a specialty dish that my partner had been perfecting for a while. We both take pride in our cooking and were excited to share it with our friends. One of my friends, I'll call her Amy, female 27, arrived and seemed to be in a good mood. The evening was going well until we served the main course. As soon as Amy took her first bite, she made a face and loudly said, "Ugh, this is terrible. Did you follow a recipe, or just throw a bunch of stuff together?" My partner looked visibly hurt, and I was shocked at how blunt Amy was. I asked her to be more considerate, but she continued to complain about the food throughout the rest of the meal. My other friends were awkwardly trying to change the subject, but it was clear that the atmosphere had been dampened. After dinner, Amy asked me for a ride home since she had been drinking. Normally, I would have given her a lift without hesitation, but I was upset with her behavior. I told her she would have to call a cab instead. Amy was surprised, and called me TA for leaving her stranded and for overreacting to her honest feedback. The other friends left, and my partner and I discussed what happened. We both agreed Amy's comments were out of line and disrespectful. I feel justified in my decision, but I'm also wondering if I should have just let it go and given her a ride. AITA for refusing to drive her home after her rude comments? Comments. NTA, she intentionally and repeatedly insulted someone for what they created. This is simply unnecessary and cruel. She can solve getting home via Uber or similar services. Our time off should be spent with people who elevate our lives. In my opinion, I would have ejected her well before the dinner was even done. Do you honestly believe that you can disrespect my partner and my home without facing any repercussions? Ha! NTA in any case. Absolutely. Critiquing someone's creation is one thing, but repeatedly insulting them crosses a line. Prioritizing positive company is key. NTA. She can easily find her own way home. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my best friend she will be a single mother and no one will help out with her baby? Mary and I, both 25 female, have been best friends since high school. She's smart, supportive, kind, and I love her to bits, but her one flaw has been her consistent, shitty taste in men. Other friends and I have tried to get her to go to therapy for it, that's how terrible it is, but she refuses, and doesn't think there's anything wrong with liking exciting men. Well, one of those exciting men just got her pregnant. Apparently he swore up and down he had a vasectomy so they could have sex without a condom, and then dipped back to France and blocked her everywhere once she told him she was pregnant. She has just graduated college and begun her career, and she herself knows she is in no place to have a baby, but she has decided she will, because she won't be doing it alone, and she will have people to raise her baby with her. When I asked her who will be raising the baby with her, since the father is clearly not in the picture, and her own parents are 6 states away, she said, "You guys." I told her that while our other friends and I would probably volunteer to babysit from time to time, we were in no place whatsoever to help her with a newborn or a baby. We all just graduated or in grad school, some of us are moving away to other cities, and others are just busy, we can barely meet up for drinks once a week, there just is no way that we will be able to support her consistently. She got very upset and asked me if I was planning on refusing her request to stay with her for at least 1 month after she gave birth, and I told her that yes. I wouldn't be able to because I have an insanely stressful job and other responsibilities. She then said, well, our other friends will step up, and I was maybe mean and told her that they wouldn't, not like she wants to at least, and that if she wants to have the baby, she should be ready to do everything on her own, and to come to terms with being a single mother. She called me an ungrateful a-hole and took off, then blocked my number, or so I assume, because none of my texts are getting delivered. I'm now feeling bad, and I'm doubting that maybe I'm selfish because she's been a great friend. Am I the a-hole? Edit. She has now told our other friends about her pregnancy and her desire for them to be as involved as possible. I don't know how everybody is responding, but I've got a few panicked texts. We'll probably update once things settle down a bit, but I just wanted to clarify some things. She is smart and kind. She graduated first of her class at uni and is now working at an amazing company, and she's always been supportive of everyone, and the kind of friend you count on to be there for you, and we have done the same for her in the past, it's just that this is a bit too much. I, and the others, value her as friend. The man who got her pregnant and fled wasn't a one-night or a stranger, he was her boyfriend of 3 months. We did warn her about him because he was very sketchy, never wanted to meet her friends or even in public, didn't want her to meet his, never gave her any details about how long he was staying in the States, what he did for work, etc. Comments. NTA, she needs a reality check. I'm a single mom and have been doing it alone for over a year now. When I have help, I'm super grateful, but I do not expect anyone to accommodate me and my daughter or demand their assistance because I'm a single mom. What kind of entitled shoot is that? LOL. Sometimes I think this subreddit should just be renamed "Can You Believe This Shoot?" instead of AITA. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day everyone and I will see you in the next one.